So this'll be called Secret Part 2. Secret Part 2. This is an isolated video. I've said this before. I've said this for years, what I'm about to say. But this is going to be an isolated video because a lot of you are slow and smooth brains and jarheads. Excuse my fellow Marines. You offended. Hey, you know, I had to put it out there, man. You know, just lack of thought. Elevator doesn't go to the top floor, get stuck. Because basically what I said was, a lot of times when you do this is, and then YouTube, this is my philosophy, this is my thoughts. This is not necessarily something that, you know, is a fact or truth or anything. It's just based off of my life, my philosophy, how I look at things. Okay. That being said, what I've said for years and what I know for years, and this is why, you know, I don't I can't, you know, do what I could do, you know, in the world with women, is that I know basically all women are crazy. Mental patience. Okay. It's just, you know, basically why they are. I mean, I don't really have time to go in the rabbit hole into that. I mean, it could be, you know, I'll just say briefly, just the anatomy of how they are made, their creation, the different things that they have going on biologically that is different than men. Obviously can be, you could just kind of leave right there, but they're all mental patients. Now, a person like myself that was going to school, going to college, university to deal, first my major was social work. I was going to be a social worker. Okay. To a certain degree, I guess I'm still a social worker, but I switched to IT. But the thing is what I know about psychology, mental illness, things of that nature, it does help me in the world when it comes to dealing with women. Okay. I don't like to talk about my dealings because I have some ex-mental patients that still watch my videos and watch my different pages on social media. Okay. So, I don't want to, I don't want to, I come off, with a degree of anonymity because I got some mental patients, some ex-mental patients that watch my pages, and from time to time reach out to me to attack me just like a mental patient would. Okay. So first of all, where you fucked up, where you are smooth brain, a jarhead, your elevator got stuck, right, on the bottom or the top floor, is that you're actually taking mental patients serious. Okay, that's where you fucked up. Okay, now the thing being said, are women dumb? We're women stupid? I don't believe that. I do, to a certain degree or another, believe that they do have some degree or another mental issues. Some more severely, obviously. Like, all you have to do is basically go on Twitter. You'll see things like a woman, you know, walking on the expressway butt naked. Okay, not to say men don't go crazy. Men go crazy too. Okay, trust and believe. I'll say, I mean, this is, you know, this world is crazy. Trying to deal with it will drive you crazy if you don't know really how to deal with it. Okay, you know, the thing is that when it comes down to it, you could talk about, just look up, I'll just give you a homework assignment. Look up how many women are on psychotropics. Okay. Now, they can't disclose health records, personal health records, but as a group, as a whole, they can definitely put out the stats on men versus women as far as psychotropics and mental health patients and all that stuff. They can aggregate that. Now, that being said, I absolutely love these mental patients. I like dealing with some of these mental patients and giving them the treatment that they need. Now, here's the thing. This is where you messed up. And that's where you don't understand. See, pimps knew this for years. And it was one of those things that they knew, and they never really, they might have worded it or talked about it a little bit different, but that's one of the things about what a pimp has to do is deal with women that are absolutely crazy. If you even think about the idea of a woman selling her body on the street from, every Tom, Dick, and Harry with $1, and all of that type of stuff, that's crazy, because and I'm not gonna go into depth in that, but the thing is that that's where you fucked up. You were actually taking mental patients serious. Okay. And I just I've said this for years. You don't pay attention for whatever reason. Okay, I admit I don't do the popularity social media shit that well, and I don't want to or aspire to. I have no idea about how to fucking go viral on social media. To be honest, I really don't want to go viral, because that shit, I'm gonna get out of there. But yeah, a lot of my videos don't get a lot of traction. I find out where they do, and I do basically focus in on those avenues. But yeah, you're taking mental patients serious. That's where, and let's just have a moment of silence for all of the people, all of the men, I'll even just say people that are in the graveyard because they were really, really severely taking mental patients serious. All right, moment of silence over. Yeah, you got to know how to counsel women. You got to know how to deal with, if you're going to deal with them, their mental problems. Narcissism, which a narcissist thinks that they're right no matter what. You have degrees of narcissism, extreme to mild to, low levels of narcissism. Highly egotistical. One of the things that, I used to have to write 10-page papers on and, 5-page papers on was basically the id and the ego. I still remember that shit. Okay. And I'm gonna tell you, the id and the ego is something that a lot of women really, that's what you're talking to. When you're talking to a woman, you're talking to her ego. Her ego is her best friend that's basically trying to cock block you. And getting past that ego is a task in itself. But even if you get past it, you're still dealing with a mental patient. Now, I mean, I apologize. This should have been like the first video, but sometimes I go through my own problems, dealing with the world, and then, I have to, kind of gather myself and then gather my thoughts. And, I was like, man, I got to put this out there to help people out, because primarily men, obviously, that's where they messing up in life, with as far as dealing with women, especially in America, obviously. Yeah, you didn't look at, some people say they're toddlers, some people say they're, all kinds of different things, but my theory is they're mental patients. Okay. And yeah, they might even, I'm not gonna say anything outside of that, but what they need. They're already taking it. I mean, the psychotropics is not helping, obviously. Look at society. It's not helping. All right. But there is some things that you can help, and you probably need to learn how to be a therapist. Okay. You know, and the thing is that I know a little bit about that. You know, I know enough to, you know, I've helped many women in my life reach higher plateaus because they was just fucking up. They didn't have proper guidance. They didn't have proper understanding on things. And I remember having my computer shop in the south side of Chicago, and women would walk in, certain women, and I would talk to them. They would talk about their problems and stuff like that. Yeah, this is a true story. I'm not making this up. I literally, like, you know, I mean, my couch was in the back of my store, wasn't in the front, but yeah, I used to do that, man. You know, I remember I helped one lady out that she was like basically a single mother. She had some big knockers, okay, huge. I mean, I mean, huge. And I didn't want to sleep with her or anything like that, because the reason was she was a dumpster fire as far as the situations that she was dealing with. The baby daddies, you know, basically this was in the heart of the ghetto, the hood, 79th Street, Cottage Grove. That's like the Bronx of New York, but it's in Chicago. You know, it's really, really rough. I mean, it's tough. It's a tough place. And that's where she was living in an apartment with 2 kids. She said one of her baby daddies basically R-word her and all this type of stuff, man. And you know, long story short, I saw her a few years ago. I mean, a few years in the future. After that, I would say about 2 or 3 years. She was working in Walmart as a cashier, and she had a ring on her finger. She was married. And I was like, she finally figured it out. And I mean, you know, I've done more than that with women, you know, and I, you know, found changes as far as they change. Men and women both have the ability to inspire people, right, as well. So the thing is that, yeah, that's what you didn't know. I did say it. I said it on a long ass live stream, most likely, but I did say it years ago. I don't know who listened, but you know, I have to make, for the short bus people, I have to make a little small video for you. And this is it.